This video is part 2 of the Federer string saver setup experiment, and in this video we will be using the Wilson W Dampener. So again, as in the previous experiments, we placed the dampener at 3 different points on the string bed, the first being the low point, the second being the midpoint, and the third and final experiment will be on the cross string, like that. And yeah, if I hold the string bed up close to the camera, and if you look at the 4th cross string from the top, you'll be able to see 5 string savers going across. And if we look further down onto the 6th cross string, there's another 5 string savers going across. And they go in a crisscross pattern, like so. And yet we'll be taking this out onto court, testing the serve speed, the serve consistency, see what kind of effect the dampener has with the string savers. The racket we'll be using is the Head Prestige Mid 2019 version, and the strings are the Dunlop Black Widow 1.31. That's the 16 gauge. So very similar to our previous experiment. In fact, so similar that we'll be able to make direct comparisons, which we will do in the video. So yeah, let's take it out onto court and see how it goes. The data came in as follows. The average serve speed was 68 miles an hour. The maximum serve speed was 114 miles an hour, but the serves in percentage was 27%. So unfortunately, that set of data is not good enough to take into a tournament situation or a match situation. The best I could probably do is have some fun on the practice court, and that's about it. But what I want to do is compare the W Dampener with the Pros Pro O Dampener, same position, but that set of data came out at an average serve speed of 74 miles an hour, a maximum serve speed of 110 miles an hour, and the serves in percentage of 30%. So just judging off those 2 sets of data, if you do place your dampener at the low point, you're better off using the Pros Pro O Dampener, according to these 2 experiments. You've got a higher serves in percentage at 30%, not great, but maybe just about doable if you're going to take it into a match situation. The average serve speed is where it really shines at 74 miles an hour. Interestingly enough, if we're going off of purely top speed, the W Dampener recorded a top speed of 114 miles an hour. So that's interesting, but I prefer to look at the average serve speed as a better judge of how good this setup is. So yeah, interesting. Out on court, and this is unusual for the W Dampener, it felt a little bit stiffer than usual. If I was to place this dampener on a random other string bed, usually it would increase the dwell time or give me the feeling that the dwell time has increased, but not the case with this setup. Again, not sure why that is. Could be to do with the weight, the material, who knows, but either way, it's not good. The rating for the low dampener, all things considered, is not going to be a good one. I've given it a 45 out of 100. Yes, plenty of room for improvement. Let's move on. For the midpoint, the data came out as follows. The average serve speed was 73 miles an hour, the maximum serve speed was 93 miles an hour, and the serves in percentage was 55%. So an amazing increase compared to the low dampener. If we look at a direct comparison with the Pros Pro O Dampener, same setup, it's at the midpoint, just the dampener is different. The average serve speed for that setup was 74 miles an hour. The maximum serve speed was 95 miles an hour, but the serves in percentage was 27%. So that is astonishing, really. 55% for the W Dampener, placed at the midpoint. How do you even explain something like that? It's crazy. Anyone that tells you that the dampener doesn't make a difference, or the placement of the dampener doesn't make a difference, is kidding themselves. The data, time and time again, says otherwise. But yeah, that big a difference, I don't know how to explain. If I think about how it felt on court, this did feel a little bit softer. I could feel the ball pocketing, as they say, in the string bed, and yeah, the consistency was there. The feel was pretty amazing. The average serve speed, even that, 73 miles an hour, that is good as well. And overall, compared to the Pros Pro O Dampener, it just is superior in every department. Maybe apart from the average serve speed, but you know, 55% serves in compared to 27%. There's no comparison. There is clearly one setup that is superior, and that is the W Dampener at the midpoint. Really interesting, really good. I think I will revisit this setup at some point in the future, because we can possibly put some more modifications on it, maybe try and take it further. Really interesting, a really good platform to build a setup on. Yeah. The rating for the midpoint, I've given it a 62 out of 100. So that's a new record at W Tennis. Really impressed with this setup. High average serve speed and a very high, for myself, a very high serves in percentage. So deservedly 62 out of 100, and a great platform to further modify. Yep, let's move on to the third and final experiment. Wow, look at this set of stats. The average serve speed was 75 miles an hour, the maximum serve speed was 97 miles an hour, and the serves in percentage was 65%. So it's way above my usual serves in percentage, and I mean way above. Usually I'm around about 35 to 40%, so 65% is astonishingly high. And yeah, before we go on, let's compare it to the Pros Pro O Dampener. So everything was the same except the dampener is the Pros Pro O, and the average serve speed for that setup was 70 miles an hour, the maximum serve speed was 96 miles an hour, and the serves in percentage was 28%. So no comparison really. The W Dampener, when placed on the cross string, is far superior. We don't even need to really talk about the serves in percentage, 65 to 28, no comparison. The average serve speed, 75 miles an hour for the W, 70 miles an hour for the O, so again, far superior. And even the maximum serve speed, 97 to 96. So literally in every department, when placed on the cross string, the Wilson W Dampener is superior. And this actually ranks as probably one of my favorite setups so far. Really impressed with it. Out on court, again, the feel, there was almost like the ball spent an extra maybe like 0.1 or 0.2 seconds on the string bed before catapulting off, and you still didn't lose that control. I felt like I could place it, whether it be down the tee, into the body, or out wide. I could place it at will. I don't know how to explain that. It's a really interesting setup and a fantastic platform if we were going to pursue further modifications. So yeah, really impressed with this. So the rating for the W Dampener on the cross string is 65 out of 100. The midpoint held the record for a total of 1 experiment, and this one for me came out of the blue. I didn't expect this setup to be so good. I didn't expect it to feel so good out on court. I didn't expect it to have the level of consistency and confidence in where I could place the ball. And that's the thing I love about testing equipment, testing setups, is you never know what's going to happen, and you can have all the sets of data you can pull from the string database and Tennis Warehouse University, and you get out on court and test it, and you just get thrown off by the most surprising results. Sometimes it goes in the opposite direction, but thankfully in this experiment it was a positive set of results. So really good, really impressive. And yeah, we might revisit this setup sometime in the future. We'll see. Really good overall. Anyway, we've got a lot more experiments coming out in future. Of course, if you enjoy this sort of stuff, make sure you tune in. We'll be releasing some more videos soon, and yeah, we'll see you in future. Happy hitting.